Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Wicked back with more Tales of Vesperia. Last time we got everyone in the party. Now we're making our way to Zyde, but first we have a bunch of side quests to do. That's why I'm at Torim Harbor to do some more side quests. No sense of taste.
Today's Salisbury steak is tender and delicious.
You're finally getting this cooking thing down, Flynn.
I think it's a bit too bland, actually. Forgive me. I'll go and make a different sauce.
It's quite fine as it is.
What are you doing with all those spices? A sauce that's too powerful will cover the flavor of the original ingredients.
But it's got no punch to it.
People have their own preferences, so let them add what they like.
Good point.
Flint's covered his whole plate in red powder.
Yeah, Flynn is widely known as the worst cook in the game and because he has no sense of taste, which is funny. Talk to this guy. Alright, so we have to get ingredients, but we'll do that after this.
A frail maiden puts her heart into the blade in her hands and rises to the challenge. Let the battle begin.
Patty, what are you doing?
Whoa! It's just you, Yuri. Don't startle me like that. I'm just cleaning fish, as you can see.
It seemed awfully ritualistic.
It takes concentration to do it properly. The fish will become part of us, so this trial is a sign of respect.
I seem to remember you almost becoming fish food back when we were fighting the merman.
Be careful you don't get swallowed up while you're working.
If I do, I'll clean the creature from the inside. Nothing under the sea will best this master of sashimi.
That's the spirit. I can't wait to eat, Patty.
Leave it all to me. For you, Yuri, I'll carve up 2, 3, even 4 fish with everything I've got.
Well, I'm not sure I want to eat fish all the time.
Yeah, I guess not. Do we have everything? Napa cabbage, tofu, kelps. Oh my god, we need a lot of stuff. So we'll come back to that in a minute. First, let's go to the docks for another cutscene. Yeah, there's a town we'll go to in a minute here that has every ingredient that we could ever need, so. There's supposed to be a cut, so maybe it's over here. There we go. And this Sicily guy is building something for our ship. How long is this stupid friggin' thing? I guess Professor Sisley is really, like, well known. And we did the salvage crane. Pretty much the salvage crane. Hold on.
Synthesis artisans are amazing. They produce such lovely items in such a short time.
Yes, it really is an art. The quality is always second to none, too. And the same artisan is always sneaking into the cities we visit just before we get there.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I wish I had half the vitality he has. We're nothing compared to how much he gets around.
Yeah, right, okay. There's no way he could do that.
Really? Do you think it's more likely that the world's full of such skilled artisans?
You too, Judith? You really believe that?
And he must have great instincts, too. We should see about getting him to join Brave Vesperia.
Really? Carol, the next time we meet him, let's see if he'll join.
Right, okay.
Whoa. I think those two actually fell for all that.
The princess and the kids still have a lot to learn.
I hear
It
they're
did
actually using
sound
Rastia to do
believable
the
for a minute,
synthesis.
though.
You know, maybe we got a little carried away.
You always get carried away. Like I was saying, the salvage crane is a thing that lets you pretty much pick up search points in the sea, which is not too useful, but there are a few side quests that make use of that, so could be pretty good. Anyways, we're in North Harbor now. We're gonna see it as soon as we get over here. And you gotta pay $1,000. Yes, I'm skipping the dialogue quickly because it's like not important at all. Estelle comes back.
So now we've got the gang back together.
I'm so glad to be with you all again.
Same here.
Likewise.
You must take care not to strain yourself.
Remember, there's a limit to what we can do.
You know, one step at a time.
Huh? What's up?
I think Rapide just welcomed me back.
No, Rapide's already off over there.
Should have seen that coming.
Repeat. Come on. Show Estelle some love. But whatever. We have a guy, Duke. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
I will take back what I have loaned.
Nah, that sword's
You allow
mine.
that to rise again. You cannot be trusted with Dane Nomos.
Do you know what that thing is?
The legacy of the ancients. A giant Blastia that could save the world from impending doom.
It's not like we meant for that to
You have
happen.
allowed it to fall into hands that would use it for ill purposes. All things must be returned to their proper places. Begin by returning that sword to me.
But this sword is proper property of the Empire, so given to like Estelle Yoda would be
Wait.
better.
If this should be returned to its proper place, wouldn't that mean giving it to Estelle?
Nothing would be more fruitless than giving it to one who cannot use it properly.
For us, Dane Nomos was never anything more than proof of Imperial lineage. So perhaps you are better suited to wield it.
So if you don't mind, could you let me keep it a little longer? We're going to stop Alexei ourselves.
Very well. I will come again to claim the sword.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, you can technically have the sword now because I learned the skills off of it, but I still want it because it's dope.
It looks like Baoul is back to his old self.
There's plenty of air for him to absorb. He seems to have used it to heal his wounds.
For all the trouble Alexei's caused, he's helping us out in some unexpected ways.
After this
It's not
skit,
gonna
I'll
get
meet
him
you at
off the hook,
Hollywood,
though.
guys.
He can go wherever he likes. With Baul to help us, there's no place we can't follow.
Alright, we're back at Heliord, and there should be familiar people here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's this little dude. So Repeat left the party because he is friggin' chasing after monsters or whatever, kidnapping Polly or something like that. I wasn't paying
Someone as
attention, so I
strong
don't
as
know.
Pharaoh tells you not to go messing with Zauda. Makes you wonder.
I wish he'd use regular words when he talked, though.
Definitely. If it's really all that dangerous, you'd think he'd want to make himself clear.
Maybe it was something Pharaoh had difficulty expressing in his own way. He did take the time to warn us. That shows at least some concern for our well-being, right?
You mean that maybe he's warmed up to us a bit?
Yes.
I hope so. Alright, what's going on, Repeat? Oh, turtles. Oh, yeah, it was a thief, right. Oh, and this side quest, you want to do it in your playthrough because it's a good thing for Repeat. A great thing anyways. And we have a scripted fight against these really weak enemies.
Man, could you be?
And while I'm doing this fight, guys, I'm going to tell you, after this side quest, I'll meet you at Mantake, so just forewarning. Repeat, join the party again. Really weird why he would just leave the party like that. Not weird that he left the party, but like, they made him leave the party for that. What's going on, Polly? What's that? Certain technique to a monster. Ooh. Maybe Repeat can learn it? There's nothing Repeat can't do. Damn right. And for doing this, Repeat learned the special skill. So we have Repeat's Mystic Art. And he gets the Nanny title. So yeah, Repeat, he gets a Mystic Art in this game as well. Believe it or not. I'm going to equip this. And now I'll meet you at Mantake. Alright, we're at Mantake. The Captain's Dignity.
Looking at
Dignity.
Flynn, I can say, there's a knight captain. But it's really hard to picture Raven in charge of a bunch of knights.
I don't think it's possible until he gets rid of that shady aura he carries around.
It could be that he's only concealing his knightly dignity to complete his disguise as Raven.
I don't know if he and Dignity have even been in the same room together.
Captain Schwan was a man of grace and honor. His skills were renowned, which kept him on constant secret missions. Every knight knew his name, and nearly everyone envied his ability to carry out his duties with poise.
Huh? Is that true?
And while he was scrupulous, he knew how to care for those under him, so he always had their trust.
After seeing 3 of them, I can see he was well liked.
The more I hear about him, the further he seems from that old man.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm not Schwan.
When did he get here?
Listen to yourselves, carrying on as though nobody's around.
But sometimes you do say things that Captain Schwan would. You continue to carry his quality, however quietly.
Knock that off, would you?
Ah, yeah, whatever. Alright, remember this guy? Yeah, we'll meet again, friends. I forget what he wants this time. I think this is when he wants the poison ward and stuff like that. Swooshy haired midget. Damn. Yeah, poison ward, paralysis ward, and stone ward. They're not really that good of items for us, so we might as well just get rid of them. And while we're just doing this and just going through the dialogue, after this, I'll meet you at Miorzo, actually. So, there you go. Please be worth it this time. I beg you. What are you giving me? Anything worthwhile? Flare cape, flare cape, flare cape. 3 worthless items. To be fair, we gave him 3 worthless items, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Thanks, friggin' KZ, whatever. Alright, we're at Miorzo. Skit time.
Raven,
What you need, lad?
I know this is a subject you would like to avoid, but I want to ask you something as a knight.
Why would Schwan obey Alexei's orders? Is it?
I cannot believe Captain Schwan would be so blind as to miss the nefariousness of Alexei's deeds.
You put too much stock into Schwan. His head was as empty as a tin soldier's. The Schwan that would fulfill his duty like a puppet died a decade ago.
That would not change, even if he knew what he does now?
Well, I don't think he would have seen a blasty of that size coming. But he still might have followed Alexei to the last. But you never can know, can you?
Is the reason you wish to settle things now because you have chosen to live as Raven?
There are some folks who took this old man seriously. So I guess I can't die just yet. But if I'm gonna live on, then I've got to make up for what Schwan did.
So a fortuitous encounter changed you.
That's putting it a bit dramatically.
Alright, well, you can die, Raven, once we complete this game and we're done with it. Then I have no more use for you. Anyways, let's go to the Elder's house. We might get a scene upon entry, yes.
Greetings, Elder. What were you grumbling about?
Oh, you've returned. Look what I found when I was cleaning my dresser.
You had a sword in your dresser?
Hey, but this is...
That's a dope sword.
This isn't just any old sword. It looks like, you know...
It doesn't look anything like Deinomos.
No kidding. Not so much the shape, but the vibe it's given off.
Just what kind of sword is this?
I didn't know vibe could be like something you see.
I was hoping you would ask. If memory serves, it is one of the 7 fell arms of legend.
This is funny because in the original 360 version it was 7, but in the remastered version it's 9 fell arms. They just didn't feel like updating the dialogue, I guess.
You mean the weapon spawned by the 14-headed monster from the fairy tales?
I don't know how the story is told below, but here the legend is as follows. At the height of the ancient Blastia civilization, an attempt was made to produce special weapons. Eventually, this led to the creation of armaments of untold power. 7 in total.
9 in total.
So these weapons are a legacy of the ancients. Well, Deinomos is real. Maybe this story is too.
Is Deinomos one of these fell arms, then?
I'd say it's possible if what the Elder said is true.
But if this really is one of the fell arms, why was it in your dresser, Elder?
I can't remember for the life of me. It's been decades since I've cleaned this thing out.
You haven't cleaned out your dresser in decades?
If these weapons are really as powerful as they sound...
Is that what got you freaking beat up, Estelle,
it might
really?
be a good idea for us to get a hold of them.
Yeah, there've been quite a few sets of wrong hands out there lately, too.
Might we take this with us, Elder?
Huh? Oh, fine by me.
You're giving it to us just like that?
To tell the truth, I'm glad it turned up, but I'd been wondering what I'd do with it. I've got no real use for it. Besides, it would be a shame to just leave something like this lying around. I figure you are just the ones to put it to proper use.
Do you know anything about the other fell arms?
Let me see here. According to the legend, the 7 weapons share a common bond.
The 9 weapons.
If this is truly one of the fell arms, it may react if brought near the others.
But Nomos hasn't reacted at all.
Then perhaps it isn't a fell arm after all.
Then how are we supposed to find them?
Well, there's no point thinking it to death. So long as we have one of them, the bad guys won't be able to get them all, right? Maybe that's good enough.
I agree.
All right then, Elder. We'll take it off your hands.
And we did a Bission. So guys, do you remember in Tales of Symphonia when I got the Devil's Arms in that game, but I never fully completed the side quest yet? Well, this is the same type of side quest in this game. We're gonna collect weapons, and after we collect weapons, we fight a really strong boss, and then the full power of the weapons are unlocked.
Won't we run into another pile of trouble when the knights catch up and you're with us? I won't be laughing if we mess things up before we can deal with Alexei.
That young woman knight will be difficult. What will you do about her?
She's put me on too high a pedestal. I believe that a line can be drawn between good and evil in this world.
And she thinks that you're the one who can draw that line.
But reality is not so simple.
Right. I hope she realizes that soon. I have a feeling she will.
Sounds to me like she's got blinders on.
Yeah, I think Applehead will catch on faster.
Yuri, you really shouldn't call him that. Witcher is an exceptional mage who represents the future hopes of Aspio.
Him?
Hadn't you heard?
I guess I just wasn't interested. Now that I think of it, I think he may have been more on the ball than the others.
Even after our request for assistance expired, he continued to aid myself and other knights. He is earnest and dedicated.
You care about your crew, Flynn. I'm sure you're a top-rate captain.
He is a top-rate captain. He's also acting commandant. All right, but yeah, like I said, in Symphonia we started the friggin' Devil Arm side quest, and I haven't finished it yet. I will be going back to that game to finish that side quest and showing it off. I'm just not. I want to do it in a file that has 10 times experience, so I can be at a higher level to do it, and do it on the hardest difficulty. So we'll come back to that eventually in that game, but yeah. So like I said, there are 9 weapons called the Fell Arms in this game. The Bistion is one. Once we collect all 9 of them, then we can fight one of the hardest bosses in the game. And once we beat that boss, we get the full power of the Devil's Arm. And if you're not sure of what the full power is, pretty much the Fell Arms, every time you defeat an enemy with a character, like any monster or whatever you defeat with that character, you gain 1 point of physical attack with that weapon. And I think it maxes out at like 99999. So when you beat the game, you beat that boss, your Fell Arm essentially is the strongest weapon in the game. Right now, they're the weakest weapons in the game. So there you go. Not the weakest, but they're not good. Anyways, we're on this little continent right here on the world map because we are going to a new town, new place that's really cool. And it's going to be really fun for us to go here. So let's go in. This is the place where we're going to spend a lot of our dolls. Not right now, but later.
It seems Yoda understands your feelings, Flynn.
If His Highness has got your back, you've got no choice but to charge forward.
Yes, I shall not disappoint him.
I didn't think he'd order you to go with us and stop Alexei. That little prince, I thought he was just a softie. But he's got sharp eyes.
Idealism alone won't get you very far. But if he can make clever moves like that,
He'll be a fine emperor.
We'd all be in trouble if he couldn't.
An eye for the big picture, the ability to use the right people, and noble intentions. A full package like that is pretty rare.
Don't worry. I have faith in Yoder.
Anyway, Yoder told us to take you with us, so I hope you're ready for back-breaking work.
Of course. I shall not waste His Highness's favor.
Good. Then let's go.
Oh, excuse me. Anyways, we're at the, what's it called? The Fountain of Hot Springs. Yumanji. We're at the hot springs. And before we talk to the the clerk. Before we talk to them, we can buy stuff here. Yumanji is the best place to buy items in the game because you have every item you could possibly need. All the best gels, bottles, and stuff like that. And you can also buy every single friggin' ingredient for cooking in the game. So I'm gonna buy a lot of stuff here. Well, I'm gonna max out to 40 of everything, but suffice it to say, you can buy literally every single ingredient here. So this is the one-stop shop for all your cooking needs for the rest of the game. Remember that side quest in Torm Harbor? They needed a bunch of ingredients. Well, we can get them here, so that's why I waited to do this now because yeah. 27 should be 40. There you go. And this is gonna help out doing a lot of cooking in the game, so I'm happy about that. Come on, this is taking forever though. And believe it or not, we're almost done with the side quests here. And then we can finally move on to Zade. Zade's a really big dungeon too, so it's gonna take a while for us to complete it, but oh well. Zade has 3 bosses in it. 2 mandatory, 1 optional boss. It has a ton of friggin' enemies in it. This is gonna take a long time to complete, alright? It'll take a long time to complete off screen. Off screen, it will take a long time. On screen, it won't take that long. There's not really any puzzles in the place either. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. It's also notorious for having the hardest secret mission in the game to complete. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Not a big deal. I certainly want to get it because I got every single other one so far. Oh well. After this, we have some side quests to do on the world map actually. There's not much cutting I'm going to do left in this video. After this, we've got some side quests on the world map to do. Then we have to go to Pharaoh's Crag actually for a side quest. And I think that's it after that. Well, Pharaoh's Crag, world map side quest, and then we have to friggin' go back to the guy in Torm Harbor to get that side quest completed. Tirka Loom Race. That's the name of the world, by the way, if you didn't know. It was only the first word ever said in the whole Let's Play. For the story, anyways. So they are currently renovating the hot springs, but we want to come back later for that. So I will do the world map side quest real quick. Let's get these out of the ways, and then I'll meet you at Torm Harbor here. So for one of the side quests, literally all you gotta do is sleep anywhere on the world map, and you'll get a scene. Actually, after the side quest, I'll meet you at Torm Harbor. I guess the whole party's friggin' training. This is a good, yeah. Flynn gets Dazzling Splin. It's a good side quest for Flynn there. But I'll meet you at Torm Harbor. Alright, we're about to enter Torm Harbor, but let's get this friggin' shit out of the way. It's been bothering me for the last few minutes.
What's the matter, Patty?
I haven't been in battle much at all lately. Am I of no use to you anymore?
Not really
I
now.
think you may be taking things too hard.
I'm completely useless to anyone.
That's not true at all. You're our secret weapon, Patty. The ace up our sleeve.
Really? The ace up our sleeve?
Right. That means you have to hold back and wait for just the right moment. And right at that critical moment, you deliver. That's why we don't use you for trivial stuff.
Wow.
So you see, it's nothing to be glum about. Just make sure you're ready when we need you.
Aye, aye. You bet I'll be ready.
You do have your work cut out for you.
Oh yeah, friggin' Patty, man, what a trip. Yeah, I guess that's a shit you get if you don't use Patty in a lot of battles, like, whatever. Alright, did your stupid thing. Now after this, I'll just meet you at Dawn Dress here. We have to get a stupid knife. Alright, so let's go back to Dawn Dress and talk to the bartender there. Sharp Blade and Flare Stone. Those are two very common crafting items, so you should have them on hand. If not, I will go show you real quick while we got some time. If I can find it quickly. The Flare Stones you can find in the Stanza Cador against fire enemies. And the Sharp, where is it? If I can find it. Sharp Blade, come on. Sharp Blade can be dropped by strange bats and stuff. So the strange bat is an enemy at Carebulchrum. So, yeah. But I want to see... Hold on. I want to see something. Kitchen knife. So the pack of useful stuff gave us a bunch of items, remember? At the very beginning, it gave us the collector's book. It gave us Moon Selector, winged boots, and stuff. I wonder... Okay, never mind. So you get the kitchen knife for this side quest at Dawn Dress, which I'll just go there on screen, whatever. But yeah, at Dawn Dress right here with this side quest, you'll get the kitchen knife. So I don't see why we have to do it, but whatever. Part of the freaking side quest. We already have the item, but oh well. I think the kitchen knife, though, the key item, actually makes it easier to make recipes. Like, the success rate is a lot higher with the kitchen knife than without it, so I think that's what it's used for. Oh well, let's go to the bartender, get this stupid stuff. Hopefully I have the items. I'll be really upset if I don't have the items. Do I not have... Oh my god. Let's see. Flare Stone. I have Sharp Blade. Do I not have any Flare Stones? I'll be really mad if I have no Flare Stones. There's no way I don't have any... I have a Frost Stone. I have no Flare Stones. Okay, cool. So, in between videos, I will get the Flare Stone and we'll finish the side quest. And give me a second to find out what else we gotta do. There's one side quest on the world map that I'll do. There's gonna be a cutscene before doing a Zade, and I want to do that in the next video. And the side quest on the world map is right next to Zade, so I don't want to accidentally trigger that cutscene, if that makes sense. So we'll do that next time. Alright, so after this skit, I'll meet you at Pharaoh's Crag for the last side quest.
Flynn, aren't you tired from all that fighting?
It's far from enough to wear me out.
Is it just me, or does combat seem to invigorate him? Like a couple other people I could name.
Ooh.
Who indeed?
I didn't get as many chances to fight at the front after I rose to captain. This is an opportunity to keep myself in fighting form.
Whatever excuse you come up with, you're still a fighting maniac.
I've never been called a fighting maniac before.
And here I was thinking Flynn was normal.
She doesn't think we're normal.
Shocking, right?
What sort of person did you believe me to be, Rita?
Huh? Why ask now?
I mean, I never would have thought you'd think one of Yuri's friends was normal.
Yeah, you really are Yuri's type.
I'm right here, both of you.
Alright guys, so I misclicked on my fast travels and I went to an area near Zade and I'm in a cutscene.
It's sort of shaped like a ring.
Anybody with fingers big enough for that wouldn't have any trouble taking over the world.
This is the cutscene I
There's
was
no
worried
way
about.
Alexei could fit that on his finger.
I wonder if we'll get in without being seen.
Whoa, look! Over there!
Pharaoh.
He's...
I mean, that was a really badass scene.
Pharaoh's one of the strongest in Telekea.
And even he couldn't do anything to it. What did we get?
It reconstituted itself by manipulating the air. What processing speed?
Is that the power Alexei was after?
Let's go in from below. Pharaoh's doing all the work, but at least he's got Alexei looking up for now.
Pharaoh. Thank you.
Alright, that is not what I wanted to do. Let's go to Pharaoh's Crag, which the fastest way is man-take. And then we just fly over there. God dang it. Wasting so much time for no reason.
So, why are we here again?
Because of the side quest.
Don't we have other stuff to do?
Well, we've come this far. It wouldn't hurt to just go and say hello to Pharaoh.
I mean, Pharaoh's currently dealing with
I'm hoping he
Zade.
won't be around.
There's a little portal up there. And guys, if you're interested in post-game dungeons, you want to do this side quest, this is the first part of it, so make sure you do this.
So, Yuri,
What's up, Carol?
you and Flynn use the same techniques, but somehow they're different.
Those are skills Yuri learned in his days as a knight. Unfortunately, he wasn't as diligent as he could have been.
What are you saying? A dragon swarm like yours gives the enemy a chance to run.
That doesn't mean you can throw a kick in. You're turning it into a dragon sweep. And you're Tiger Blade.
What? I didn't even learn that when I was a knight.
There's no need for a punch.
Not for you, maybe.
It's not proper. You're besmirching an ages-old technique.
Come, there's no need to fight. Kids today all have their own style. Good for them. Flynn, champion of tradition. Yuri, pioneer of a new style. To be young.
I mean, that is true, Flynn, because Tiger Blade's always been the same way with you.
What's this?
Well, with every character that has Tiger Blade, it's literally
It's like
been
a
the same
hole just
thing.
opened up in the sky.
I like Yuri's twist on
Oh,
it, though.
that. It is a phantom rift. Pharaoh made it.
What the hell is a phantom rift?
Jormungand, the town where we met Duke, was an illusion that Pharaoh made.
There wasn't anything left but ruins that second time we went there.
It kind of makes sense if what we saw in Jormungand was from the same time as the ghost ship.
Besides Duke, that is.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
And you say Pharaoh made this thing?
Yes.
It seems like Pharaoh's not around here anywhere.
He's not responding to my calls either.
Hey! What's going on here?
He's not responding because he's at all-out battle against Zade.
No! Whoa!
Oh, Carol, you friggin'
Stupid
idiot.
Kid.
Let's go.
Carol, are you okay?
I'm okay. That was crazy.
This is Jormungand.
Or the illusion of it that Pharaoh made.
There's no one around.
Could Pharaoh be here?
Perhaps.
Why would Pharaoh be here,
Let's have a look
Yuri?
around.
Yeah, you're supposed to do this before the scene of Zade, obviously, because we don't know where Pharaoh is. Well, we do now, but we're not supposed to. All right, let's watch this shit.
I'd like to know one thing before we begin this battle. Just how strong is this Commandant?
I heard he earned his knighthood when he won a royal tournament during the previous emperor's reign.
I got to cross swords with him once, and I didn't last more than 3 minutes.
His title is more than mere decoration. His skill puts him well above his fellow knights.
He's the strongest among them, huh?
And don't forget, he's surrounded by his royal guard.
None of this sounds very promising.
Hey, we've got De Nomos, don't we?
Besides, we've been through all kinds of stuff together on this journey.
Yeah, we're tighter than any kind of guard, royal or not.
All right, so say we handle the royal guard. It's still a coin toss in the end.
I guess we'll never be too prepared when it comes to facing Alexei.
Any error will likely cost lives.
Right. We'll have to give it everything we've got.
I mean, yeah, Alexei is extremely tough. But anyways, guys, I forgot these cutscenes coming up are very long, so we're gonna save this last side quest, and off screen I'm gonna get the friggin' flare stone I need for that side quest, and we'll finish the last little things we gotta do before doing a Zade. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Tales of Vesperia, and until next time, stay wicked.